A world still healing, the aftermath of World War I. The First World War, a conflict of unprecedented brutality, left deep scars on the global psyche. Millions lay dead, empires crumbled, and economies were shattered. The hope for a lasting peace proved elusive, as the seeds of future conflict were sown in the ashes of the Great War. The Treaty of Versailles, intended to ensure a lasting peace, instead fostered resentment and instability. It imposed harsh reparations on Germany, crippling its economy and fueling nationalist anger. The war's end also saw the collapse of old empires, creating power vacuums and breeding new tensions. The world in the 1920s and 1930s was a world grappling with the trauma of the recent past. The optimism of the pre-war era had vanished, replaced by a sense of disillusionment and uncertainty. The economic hardships of the Great Depression further exacerbated these anxieties, creating fertile ground for extremist ideologies to take root. In this climate of despair and anger, a new breed of leader emerged, promising strength, order, and a return to former glory. Seeds of conflict, the Treaty of Versailles and its legacy. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, was intended to be the cornerstone of a lasting peace. Instead, it became a symbol of resentment and a catalyst for future conflict. The treaty, drafted by the victorious Allied powers, imposed harsh terms on Germany, holding it solely responsible for the war. Germany was stripped of territory, forced to disarm its military, and burdened with crippling reparations payments. These punitive measures crippled the German economy, fueled social unrest, and created a deep well of bitterness within German society. The treaty's flaws extended beyond its treatment of Germany. The Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires were dismantled, but the newly created states often lacked the stability and resources to thrive. Ethnic and national tensions simmered, laying the groundwork for future conflicts. The League of Nations, created to prevent future wars, proved ineffective in the face of rising aggression. Its lack of enforcement power and the unwillingness of major powers to commit to collective security rendered it powerless to prevent the storm that was brewing. Rise of the dictators. Totalitarianism grips Europe and Asia. In the aftermath of World War I, a new and dangerous ideology took hold in Europe and Asia: totalitarianism. Characterized by extreme nationalism, authoritarian rule, and the suppression of individual rights, totalitarian regimes emerged in Germany, Italy, and Japan. These regimes, led by charismatic but ruthless dictators, exploited the anxieties and grievances of their populations to seize power and consolidate control. In Germany, Adolf Hitler and his Nazi Party capitalized on the humiliation of defeat and the economic chaos of the Great Depression to gain popular support. Hitler's ideology of Aryan supremacy and his promise to restore Germany to its former glory resonated with a nation desperate for a solution to its woes. In Italy, Benito Mussolini and his fascist blackshirts exploited social unrest and political instability to seize power. Mussolini promised a return to Roman grandeur, appealing to nationalist sentiment and a yearning for order. In Japan, militaristic leaders driven by expansionist ambitions and a belief in their racial superiority tightened their grip on power. They embarked on a campaign of military aggression in Asia, seeking to establish Japanese dominance in the region. The storm breaks. Germany invades Poland, igniting global war. The world watched with growing apprehension as Germany, under Hitler's leadership, became increasingly belligerent in the late 1930s. Hitler's ambitions extended beyond revising the Treaty of Versailles. He sought to expand German territory and establish a vast empire in Europe. In March 1938, German troops marched into Austria, annexing the country without a fight. Emboldened by this success, Hitler turned his attention to Czechoslovakia, demanding the Sudetenland, a region with a large German population. In September 1939, Hitler's aggression reached a breaking point. German forces invaded Poland, a move that shattered the fragile peace that had held since World War I. Great Britain and France, bound by treaties to defend Poland's independence, declared war on Germany on September 3, 1939.